Your home has many different rooms. Couches, rugs, corners where the morning sun hits, cool ceramic floors, soft cushions. In other words, plenty of places your dog could choose, but every single day without fail, they go to the exact same spot. Always that corner, under the stairs, in front of the door, or right there at your feet. Most people see this as habit. They say, I guess they just like it there, and move on. But scientists who study animal behavior have been chasing this question for years. Why do dogs always choose the same spot? Is it a completely random preference, or is there a kind of mathematics happening in your dog's brain that you've never noticed? The answer might surprise you. Let's start with the warmth theory, because that's always the first thing that comes to mind. Dogs love warm spots. They sprawl in the sun, they curl up next to the radiator, right? Makes sense. But if warmth were the only thing that mattered, your dog would need to constantly switch locations depending on the season. Cool floor in summer, rug in winter. Some dogs do that, yes, but most choose the same spot regardless of season. So there's something else going on. Then what is it? Animal behaviorists, ethologists answer this question with one word: safety. But the safety they're talking about is far more comprehensive than what we typically mean, because when dogs choose a spot, multiple regions of their brain are activated simultaneously. Of course they're not doing this consciously. They're not thinking, let me analyze this corner, but instinctively, they're weighing what they'll find there, how safe they'll be. And the origins of this preference go very deep. Thousands of years back, to their wolf ancestors, when selecting a sleeping spot, wolves prefer to press their backs against something solid, to be able to see the direction from which threats might come, to have more than one escape route if possible, and to find quiet, undisturbed points. 15,000 years passed, dogs were domesticated, they adapted to city life, but this instinct is still running in their brains. The only difference is that now they're evaluating your living room instead of a forest. When researchers from Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest studied where dogs chose to position themselves at home, they noticed something interesting. Dogs avoid open, exposed areas. They use the center of a room only for passing through, not for settling. Wall edges, corners, low ceilings, doorway thresholds. Always these kinds of spots. Because these places provide one thing: securing the back while being able to see what's in front. Scientists call this the safe base effect, and it's not unique to dogs. Think about it. Why do we always want the corner table at a restaurant? Or why do we try to sit with our backs to the wall in a meeting? The same instinct exists in us. But in dogs, things go one step further. According to a 2017 study by researchers from the University of Colorado, when choosing a spot at home, dogs prefer to be close to the areas where their owners spend the most time. Physical proximity matters, but the real deciding factor is scent. In other words, the place where your scent is most concentrated is the place where your dog feels safest. The reason for this is explained by neuroscience. Scent directly triggers regions of the dog's brain that are connected to emotion. Your scent is a safety signal for your dog. They're not reasoning through this. The smell automatically creates the feeling of, I'm safe. If you are a safe figure for them, your scent equals safe space. So what about this habit of lying in front of the door? Many dog owners complain about this. They lie right in front of the door. I can't get through, is a common grumble. This is usually interpreted as guarding or protective behavior, but research shows that the dog's actual goal is information gathering. Doorway thresholds are the center of movement in a home. Who's coming, who's going, what's happening? By lying at that spot, the dog monitors the entire flow of information, so they're not keeping tabs on you. They're just observing what's going on. Sometimes your dog might retreat to very strange places. The back of the bathroom, a dark corner, even inside a closet. Even these seemingly odd choices are part of the defensible space theory, because these areas tend to be enclosed, single entry, quiet and calm. Especially in stressful or noisy environments, dogs retreat to these kinds of spots to reduce the incoming stimuli from outside. But sometimes, a change in location can also be a warning sign. For instance, if your dog has been sleeping in the same spot for years and suddenly chooses a different place, there could be two reasons. Either something has changed in the environment, a new person, scent, sound, etc., or your dog is experiencing a physical discomfort, like pain or difficulty moving. That's why sudden changes are worth paying attention to. Now let's get to the most interesting part: your dog's connection to your emotional state. Research shows that when owners are under stress, dogs tend to move closer to them. And when owners are calm, dogs behave somewhat more independently. Moreover, stressed owners tend to have dogs with higher levels of the stress hormone cortisol as well. So your dog is reading your emotional state through your scent and behavior and adjusting their location preferences accordingly. This is called co-regulation. It exists in humans too. You might relax sitting next to someone who is stressed, or conversely become more tense yourself. In one study conducted in Finland, when a dog and owner rested together, their heart rhythms were even observed to synchronize with each other. So what can you do with all this information? First, observe the spots your dog prefers. Where do they lie down? What do they press their back against? Is there an escape route? These clues give you insight into their sense of security. Second, respect their retreat spaces. If they've pulled back into a closet, under the bed or into the bathroom, they're probably trying to regulate their stress. Trying to remove them from that spot only causes more stress. Third, create a dedicated safe space for them, a corner that is backed by a wall, low in noise, carries your scent, and where they will never be disturbed. That way, during particularly stressful moments, a storm, guests visiting, after a vet appointment, they'll know exactly where to go and can calm down. The market is full of stress-reducing beds, pillows, and blankets. But research shows that what truly matters is not the product, but whether the space is safe and predictable. In other words, even if you put the world's most expensive bed in a spot where your dog can't press their back against anything and has no escape route, they may still refuse to sleep there. Finally, let me share perhaps the least known but most important detail. According to findings from researchers at Uppsala University, dogs choose to observe the points in your home where you move around most. Hallway entrances, doorway thresholds, staircases. The reason isn't to monitor you, it's to be able to predict your movements. Where are you? Where are you going? When will you be back? Your dog is mapping the social layout of the home and building their own safe zone on top of that map. This matters because the space your dog chooses is an indicator of the bond they've formed with you, of how well they know you, and of how predictable they find the environment. So the next time your dog curls up in that corner, stretches out in front of the door, or settles right at your feet, remember this. It's not a coincidence, it's the result of 15,000 years of evolutionary knowledge, scent, social bonds, and the relationship they've built with you. Your dog evaluated your home and found the safest spot. And most of the time, that spot is somehow connected to you. Perhaps their greatest safe space is you. If watching this video made you start looking at the places your dog chooses with new eyes, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Where in the house does your dog choose to be? And in the next video, I'll be talking about what happens in dogs' brains when they make eye contact and why no other animal can communicate with our eyes the way dogs do. The answer goes much deeper than you'd expect.